Before we do anything else, we can already clean the styling of this application by including the minified CSS file from React Bootstrap. Navigate back to React Bootstrap's Getting Started page and copy the link of the latest compiled and minified CSS file. So I'm going to copy it, navigate back to public/index.html, and include it above the title. And already we should see our app update with some new styling, the font change, as well as the input and the button. Now let's add our own styling to Music Master. We'll add a CSS file in the source folder. We'll say app.css like before. And before we move on, let's add a class name in preparation to the overall div of app. Now we can style that app. I want everything to be aligned to the center. I don't like how it's to the left right now. And then I want a little padding. So we'll say 5% padding. Now, of course, we need to actually import our stylings. So let's import app.css. And there we go. Our styling applies. Next up, let's change up the search bar component. It looks kind of ugly right now. And it doesn't even say submit like we wanted it to. Regardless, we're going to import a few things from our handy dandy React Bootstrap library. We're going to import the form group component, the form control component, an input group, as well as the glyph icons from React Bootstrap. And now we're going to change up this whole search bar. So let's go ahead and just delete it. Let's replace it with a form group component. And then inside the form group, we're going to have, just like an input field, a form control field. And this form control will be self-enclosing. So we actually don't need to have two tags. Its type will be text, and the placeholder will be search for an artist. Now this actually needs to be wrapped within the input group itself. Input group. Let's take this form control and place it within the input group. And finally, the reason for this React Bootstrap code is that we want this button to look a little better. It's going to have an icon of a magnifying glass that looks like a search bar. So let's add input group add-on tag. And within this add-on, we'll have a glyph icon. And then this glyph will simply say search. And there we go. Doesn't that look nice? Now you can look through all the glyph icons within the React Bootstrap library. There's a whole ton of them besides this magnifying glass for pluses, profile users, etc. Let's continue styling our application. Before we move on, I feel like it might be a nice idea to transition the overall theme of our application so that way we can differentiate it from the other ones that we build. Let's go ahead and target the whole body and change the background to black, which is 000 in hexadecimal. Then we'll need to make sure the color still is made out, so we'll make it FFF or white. And as we save, there, the theme changes from night to day. The last thing we want is a bigger app title. So we'll increase the font size to 26 pixels. Great. We have a pretty neat application design going for us moving forward now, so we can continue building off of that. Let's move on.